they have set schedules. Set schedule is a schedule that basically gets used every day, same time, same people. They drive that route. That's their Monday through Friday job, or Monday through Sunday job. That's all they do. I know guys who have routes that they come in at 3 o'clock and they're home by 11 p.m. That's all they do. They drive from here to one spot, they chill for a bit, drive back, boom, they're home every night. They do depending on the route. Sometimes they're there for 4 days and they get 2 days off, or they get 6 days and 2 days off, or whatever. They have weird little schedules depending on the distance of the route, the hours, and all that good stuff. It's my kitty. I don't know if you can hear him. All right, so you become a route driver basically through seniority. You've been there for a bit. You become a route. You can bid for a specific route, and the routes, they shuffle all the time. Every couple months they allow people to try to get that route, and it all depends on seniority. So if a guy's been there a lot longer and he has that route and you're new, it's highly doubtful you're going to get that route. So most people, or everybody who starts off at the company, is what's called an extra board driver. So an extra board is basically, you are a on-call driver. You work when they need you. Typically you're going to be doing when somebody's sick, or somebody has to call off, they can't run their normal route, or there's an emergency, they need you to bring a bus, or for some reason maybe there's a big event and that one bus is oversold. The buses only seat like 50 people, and I've seen it where they've had like 60, 70 tickets that people want to buy for that particular bus or for that particular route. So they'll call you and they'll tell you you need to work, or they want you to work driving this other bus or driving this other schedule to make up for somebody else. So you are on call. Now it seems like a scary prospect, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. So I just recently started, and I've been here for almost a month now, and they've sent me schedules, and they call you and they say, hey, we need you to work and all that good stuff. And basically, so far it's been one of those things where it's like, for instance, to this week, I drove from LA to Phoenix, and I crashed in Phoenix and then drove back, and that was maybe like 6 hours worth of driving, give or take. And then I got back, and then they pretty much gave me the day off on day before yesterday. And then so I got back Tuesday night, they gave me Wednesday off. I got nothing. They were supposed to send me something on Wednesday, and then they were just like, you're good. So basically I got a day off. And then yesterday I drove from 2 in the afternoon. I had to go to work at like 2 in the afternoon, and then I left at 3, drove down to Texas, or not Texas, drove down to Tijuana border, and then drove back, and I was back by like 1 a.m. And then now, I have another route that I'll be driving. I'll be going way up north come tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be, or not tomorrow, technically tonight. So tonight I gotta be at work at 11 p.m. and I'll be driving from midnight to like 6 a.m. So even though it seems like it's, oh my God, you're on call 24/7, you're gonna have a good number of downtime. Depending on the city you're in, especially if you're in a big city with a lot of drivers, you may have a good amount of downtime. I've definitely heard of guys talking about how they've gone days without getting a call, or they were like, they were so overmanned, or they had so many drivers that they didn't need that many drivers, that they actually request if you want to go somewhere else. Yeah, they'll actually request. So they'll be like, hey, you're in LA or whatever, and they're like, hey, you know what? We're pretty good right now. It's pretty slow. Do you want to go to New York and work out of New York for a bit? Or you want to go to Dallas, or you want to go to El Paso, or, wherever. They need some drivers. They've got way too many routes that come up, and they don't have enough drivers. And they'll ask you. And because it's outside your area, it's a request. Then you don't have to go. You can be like, hey, I don't want to go. And they'll be like, all right, as soon as we have something, we'll give you a call. So, it's not that bad. But just remember, you're not driving, you're not making money. So you want to drive. You definitely want to drive, you know. And as far as driving goes, when I talk about money, you know, it's not just the driving that makes you good money, it's the extras that come with driving. For example, if you are working and you're away from home for multiple days, they give you extra pay on top of that. They give you an extra $50 per day for every second day that you're away from home. So it compounds after a second day. And then if you are, and you get food. If you're away from home, you're going to spend the night away from home, you need to eat. They're going to give you $30 per day that you're away from home for eating. So right there, that starts to increase your deal. So you may drive a route that's only, going to make you, let's say 150 bucks. By the time you're done, by your second day, you're like, all right, I'm still out. I'm not going to be going home because I need to go further out. That 150 bucks now turns into $230 a day or $220 a day. Yeah, 230. It turns to $230 a day, and then after that, depending on how many hours you drive, if you get past a certain amount of hours, then you get time and a half, or you get even closer to your 70. Then it becomes the double pay, or all types of crazy stuff. If your bus is late, you can request extra pay for the fact that it wasn't your fault and you had to spend more hours working than you were scheduled to work because the bus is late. So then you get late pay. So, easily $150 a day can start compounding into 250, 270, a day, almost 300 a day. So it starts to get up there. So that's where you're going to make your big money. This is a good time to do it, especially if you're in some major cities or even smaller cities, because right now, depending on where you're at, there's incentives for working for Greyhound because they need so many drivers. So if you already have your Class B, because you need a commercial Class B with passenger endorsement to drive a bus. If you already have your Class B or Class A with passenger endorsement, depending on your location, you can look it up on the website. You can get a bonus. So, for example, in Los Angeles, if you already have your Class A, Class B, and you apply to work at Greyhound, you actually get a $10,000 bonus. Yeah, $10,000 sign-on bonus, which you receive after your 90-day probation. If you don't have a Class C and they help you get, or your Class B, and they help you get your Class B, then they give you like a $2,000 bonus. It's not much, but it's something. They pay for your school, they pay for everything, and then you basically, they give you a bonus on top of training you how to drive. So that's a cool way to go. So, if you're been interested, check it out. I'll try to do another video, since this one got kind of long, on what you do for training and how you get through that and the easiest ways to help you out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave some comments, send me a message, whatever. If there's any other thing you guys want me to talk about, I know one of the things I had a hard time with was taking the Class B Cdl test. The written test wasn't so bad, because I did a lot of focus study on that one, but I was really worried about the driving portion, because there's not a lot of information. When you look at driving videos on YouTube, a lot of it is just for like school buses. They don't talk about charter buses or city buses and all that good stuff. So maybe I'll do a video on that. And it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I get to hang with a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. A lot of people are really cool. I've only had like one or two weird people. Just like I've had one or two just funky people. I've had I've had a couple of attitudes, but I just turn it into humor, and and typically once you turn people's attitudes into humor, it's not so bad. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me a message. I'll try to get back to you or try to make a video or whatever. So I'll hit you guys up. Thanks for watching my videos. You know, the Beetle's still in work. I gotta do some more work on the motor. Still working on the bike, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. All right, talk to you later.